Ashley Beeger from Mount Sinai, New York, and this is the Rosie O'Donnell Show. Today's guests are Minnie Driver, author Jessie Lee Brown-Bovo, and Natalie Portman. Hit it, John!
Hurry, grab a good big now, Rosie, tossing away. She's geared up for lots of prizes. Broadway, music, laughs and more. S'mores! Lots of kids you'll see along with John McPhee. We're all set to go.
Well, here's a high fiver. We got Minnie Driver.
It's the Rosie O'Donnell Show.
There's a woman in the front row who's crying. What's your name? Hello, Teresa. Do you know Ashley? She's your daughter. Hi, Ash.
Hi.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
I understand you were crying, too. The whole family is crying. Now, you were downstairs, and your friend was... Oh, you just met online?
Yeah.
Was chosen to do the announce. Your name is Carrie. And you were right near her. And it made you really sad. So you started to cry, Ash. And Carrie very nicely said, let Ashley do it. And then I started crying when I heard that Carrie was so nice. And then Carrie's mom starts crying. And Ashley's mom. All right, well, Carrie, where are you from?
Kingston, New York.
Kingston, New York. And what do you do for a living?
I'm an LPN.
Okay, because honestly, you look like you could be 12.
Everyone says
Do
that.
people say that to you?
All the time. Everyone's like, you're 15. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
Well, now when you go to a bar and you order a drink.
I'm not 21 yet, so.
Oh, you're not?
May 1st is my birthday.
Oh, really? And you're already an LPN?
Yep.
Well, good for you.
Did it in high
Congratulations.
school.
And obviously a kind one.
Yeah.
To let little Ashley here take your
Of
job
course.
there. Little sweet Ashley. And how old are you, honey?
11.
11. It was just too upsetting, wasn't it? You were like that close. Does your mom cry frequently at home? Big criers, the whole family. Yeah, all right. What grade are you in, sweetie?
6.
6th grade. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Architect.
An architect. Interesting. Do you have a favorite architect? I got one for you. Mr. Brady. Mr. Brady. Inspiring generations of Americans. Well, you guys did a great job, and thank you for the spirit of sharing and love present today by you two opening announced girls. Thank you so much. Say hello to John McPhee and Minnie Hello, John.
Hi, Ro. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Don't you love
Very.
Casual Friday?
I do.
I love it so much.
It's
You have
really
no idea.
freeing.
I go in every day, I get my hair and makeup by David and Mariella.
Yes.
Usually while listening to some Broadway cast album.
Right, you know.
Today, once again, ragtime.
Okay.
In the bathroom, and usually it's some suit that
Yeah.
they've made for me.
Right.
With a big collar that makes me
Yeah.
feel like I'm in the wrong era.
Too hot.
No, it's fashion. You know that.
I know.
Actually, yesterday I had my suit on and I had to go for a meeting over a business building on Broadway.
Yeah.
I was in the elevator and this guy goes, "Hey, Rosie, what is it, flashback to the 80s week?"
Oh, nice.
Here, I believe that's
Alrighty.
yours, sir.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for that.
Oh,
Sweet.
yes. Very nice.
Yeah, but on Fridays I'm just full of joy because I get to wear whatever they put there, and it's usually very similar to my real-life clothes.
Exactly.
This is it.
Exactly.
And what'd you
Good
do last
thing.
night?
Quiet night at my house. Very
Yeah.
quiet. But I do want to say, Ray, our drummer's daughter, Madeline, had her tonsils out. And she's home. Get better. Feel better.
Oh, Ray, how's she doing? Yeah, she's getting a lot of ice cream, right? Yeah, I never had my tonsils out. My brothers Eddie and Danny both had their
I
tonsils out.
haven't either.
They had a lot of ice cream. I was very
Yeah,
jealous.
yeah.
They got to do that, and they got to go see Diamonds Are Forever,
Oh,
which is a PG movie, and I didn't
right.
get to go to that.
Too
Those are two
little.
really scarring parts of
Yeah.
my childhood.
just let it out.
Glad I could share with you all
Yeah.
today. Well, also good news in terms of our little showbiz family here
Yes.
at the show.
Yes.
Jimmy, the guy who drives me to
Sure.
work, his sister had a baby,
Cool.
and he was the coach.
All right. I bet he was
Little
good.
baby boy. He was so cute because, like, for the last 6 months, every day he's been asking me stuff. And you know, Jim, the guy, you know, he should be a California surfer dude.
Truly.
And he's this very handsome, 6'2" black guy, and he talks like he's some blonde surfer boy.
Right.
He's like, yeah, Rosie, and I just want to ask you, I'm the coach for my sister, I told you, right? And the thing I was thinking about is you ever realize that babies in the stomach and everything are they're people? Yes, I do realize that, Jimmy.
Yeah.
But he called so happy, he left a message hard to decipher. He's like, yeah, man, yeah. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. It's Jimmy Rowe, man, yeah.
Yeah. Really happy.
He was so sweet. He was at my house for Thanksgiving. Did I tell you this? He's
Nope.
going to kill me for telling this story. He was at my house for Thanksgiving, and my friend Linda was there. There was only about 6 or 8 of us, and
Yeah.
Linda Richmond, who's Mike Myers' mother-in-law, who he made that character Coffee Talk on, and she actually is truly like that in real life.
Right.
And she said, all right, everybody, we're going to go around the table now for Thanksgiving. Say what you're thankful for. I'll start. All of you, I love you. Sorry, I can't go. And you went around the table, and everyone said what they're thankful for at Thanksgiving. And everybody's like my family and all the love and the health and the whatever. And they get to Jim, and he's like, okay, first of all, I'm thankful for you people because you're slick.
Oh, yeah.
And this food is really radical, and, peace out,
Exactly.
Pass the mashed potatoes. So, congratulations to Jimmy, his
Good news.
sister, Michelle.
That's good.
Very happy for them. Can I just say one thing, John?
Absolutely.
If I have to watch Free Willy one more time,
Oh,
my son is now into Free Willy. Let me say this. I enjoy the Free Willy film.
it's a good movie.
It's fine the first 600 times you see it.
Okay, yeah.
But the thing about it, if he likes to put on a musical, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, he puts on Mary Poppins, Beauty and the Beast, I get a little entertained. There's
Sure.
some songs, there's some dancing.
Music, right?
It's thrilling for me. Willie, it's horrible. And it's all the kid thinks about. All day he says to me, Mama, then Willie in the water. Jesse boy, no, Willie is. No, Willie is. Jesse saying all the time, Willie come, Willie come, Willie come, Willie come. Then the Willie come and they're saving the fire. Did a big fire in the water. No, too hot, Jesse, too hot. Don't go to water, don't go to water. He tells me the entire movie.
Oh,
And I have to
my
sit,
God.
listening to him. And unfortunately, the Free Willy 2, which is, almost as good as Free
Yes.
Willy, comes with a little Free Willy necklace, okay?
Oh, boy.
The same necklace that Jesse wears during the whole film. He lost the Free Willy necklace.
You're kidding. That is not
Last
good.
night in bed, it was I know they're gonna dip a double Willy necklace! So I'm actually in my office with scissors and a piece of cardboard, cutting out the whale. Putting out a piece of yarn. I found it! That's not it! I didn't like that one!
They know.
So today when I go
Totally know.
home, it'll be the hunt for Free Willy in my
Right.
living room.
Gotta find it.
There are some things. Today we were at rehearsal, John and I, and our director Artie over at Ragtime. Ragtime, they're coming on the show. They're going to be here on the 19th.
Yep.
And we're going to film
Monday.
it a few days in advance. 50 people, every cast member, on stage here in this...
Right here.
Right here, in
Yep.
this stage. And we're going to put up a lovely, beautiful site and try to really create for you people at home and across the country some of what the experience is like to go see this phenomenal, amazing
gonna
new
be
show.
great.
And to get to be there and watch Graciela Daniels, the
Yes,
choreographer, to watch her choreograph this number within the confines of this set. It was very amazing for me.
Yeah.
I'm so happy
Truly.
when I'm like in anything with Broadway. I'm so
I
happy. I'm
know.
just sitting there like, Sort of like my son feels when he watches Free Willy. As you remember, yesterday we had on this great new, young singing group of girls.
Yes.
See, do we have the clip of their tongue or no? Did we ever get that? No. One of them had a pierced tongue.
It's true.
She had a pierced tongue. She pierced her tongue. And I said on the show yesterday, you know, don't pierce your tongue. And all the tongue piercing people were furious at me. They were calling up saying, how could you tell people not to pierce their tongue? And they're writing on the internet, that's horrible. You're against tongue piercers. And, you know, that's really discrimination. You're discriminating against the tongue piercers. Stop it. So in honor of all those calls, I'd like to sing a little song. Hey, kids, do not get your tongue pierced. An earring does not belong here. It could start rusting. It looks disgusting. If you don't grow up, I'm gonna throw up. You'll cry if you get your tongue pierced. It's better to keep your mouth closed. Tongue piercing's foolish. It's kind of ghoulish. It's such a no-no. Go eat a ho-ho. You know, right now, someone is dialing right now the comment line, and you know what they're saying?
You know it.
I can't believe that you said that thing about you.
Click, click.
Click, click is right. You gotta be careful when you kiss somebody with that. You can pick it a
Telling
tooth,
you.
couldn't you?
I think so.
Click, boink, out. Click, click. Okay, I've totally lost my mind, I'll admit it. We have a great show for you today. You know who's here? I have to say, Lover, and probably my favorite film of the year. I have to say. I think it is my favorite film of the year.
Yep.
It is. Good Will Hunting. Minnie Driver is here. Jessie Lee Brown Fovo, who's written a great book. She is 98 years old, I believe. Is it 98? 93? 98? She's 98 years old, and she has written a wonderful book, Any Given Day. And I read it, and I loved it. And she's here to talk to us about her life and how that book came to be. It's really a wonderful story. Natalie Portman, brilliant young actress in The Diary of Anne Frank. Right. She is here as well. And you know my little buddy?
Yep.
My little buddy, Paul Iacono, who was here in the audience one day, actually a year ago today.
Yeah.
He was in the audience singing Ethel Merman songs during the warm-up.
Yep.
He came and he was on the show. He is now the child patient spokesman for leukemia. He developed leukemia within the last year. He's been treated for it, and he's feeling great, and he's looking great, and he's going to be out here singing and telling us a little bit about that. So don't go away. We got Minnie Driver up first. We'll be right back after this. Can soon be seen wading through floodwaters with Christian Slater in Hard Rain. She's also currently starring opposite Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting, which, as you know, I adored. Please welcome back to the show the lovely Minnie Driver. Movie star?
Yeah.
You do? You got that whole Hollywood movie star thing going?
It's fake. It's not real. Everything about me is fake. You should probably know that now. I'm actually not even really here. I am my stand-in.
I doubt that. Now, let me just say, I've said it. The movie is so brilliant, and you were so great in it.
Thank you.
Was it fun to do?
Yeah, you know, it was completely extraordinary from the very beginning onwards. From this, I was exhausted, and I had to go audition for this movie, and I arrived in New York, knocked on the door. Gus Van Sant, this icon, answered the door, and you know, we made small talk waiting for Matt and Ben to arrive because I was going to read with Matt, and you know, a half hour passes, and another an hour, and 2 hours later.
You're waiting there?
I'm still, me and Gus, like, you know, we're ready to like buy a home together. We know each other so well. We've been through everything. It's incredibly embarrassing. And so suddenly the door opens and these two guys, one on crutches, kind of limps in, and then the other guy's like shuffling in, and he looks like he has such a bad hangover that his teeth itch.
Yeah.
It's like they're the color of this green, sandy, moving very slowly. And I'm looking over their shoulders going, no, wait a minute, where's Matt and Ben? Like, where are the real guys?
Because now, did you know they had written it at that point? You did know, right?
I knew they'd written it. I was just sort of shocked to be confronted with. They were so young and you know.
And so hungover.
And so hungover.
Yeah. So was he able to read with you right there?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing because then like the two producers arrived and suddenly it's a room full of guys and I'm the token female sitting there who's got to give it up and like get this job.
Yeah.
So finally, you know, we start doing this thing and
Was it for an English actress or were you supposed to have?
it was American, but Gus said, you know, why don't you try a couple different accents? So I do an American accent and it's fine. It's very kind of.
And you did it great in that John Cusack film.
Thank you.
Gross Point. Right?
It was, thank you.
Welcome.
It was, you know, it was very Donna Reed, and it was very cute and sweet, and she was very smart. You know, she was a smart med student, and I
No,
thought,
that's very good. Did you hear what
get
she
rid of
did?
that.
There you go.
So then I figured, you know what, why don't I do something different? So Gus was like, well, why don't you do an Irish accent? So I started doing the scene, but it was like in a Dublin brogue, like somehow I'd chosen to do this really working class accent, and it was horrifying. Matt looked terrified. He looked like I'd just got off an oil rig.
Yeah.
And was, you know.
Like the Lucky Charms guy on steroids. There you were.
I was in some altered Irish Spring reality. So,
so that you just did your normal voice and they said, there it is.
And it was great. And they, you know, they were, Ben Affleck would kill me for saying this, but they were near to tears. They definitely were very saddened by what they'd seen. But they were sad enough to give me the job.
Right, well, you know what?
So.
They made a wise choice. It's a great, great movie, so heartfelt and poignant. And the love scene part of it is just so adorable. And this is a scene where you're first at the bar. Well, why don't you say it? It's your movie. Oh, shut up.
Oh, I think this is the clip where he gets my phone number.
That's right, at the bar.
At the bar.
Harvard bar where he's the janitor, kind of, whatever. Watch it. Goodwill Hunting, Minnie Driver in that film. And I love that part where he says, do you like apples? I got her number. How's them apples? I love that part of it. I've only seen it once and I can remember the dialogue verbatim. What do you think that means?
That you have a scary memory?
Yeah, and that I need a better life or something. I just connected too well to that film. And you were great, and you have another movie coming out, too.
Yeah, Hard Rain.
Hard Rain.
You have to drop your voice down an octave to say it. Hard Rain.
Hard rain.
Exactly.
Well, after this commercial, I'm going to talk to Minnie about some hard rain. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Still to come from Broadway's The Diary of Anne Frank, Natalie Portman.
What?
Hard Rain! Driscoll and Ebert say, 2 thumbs up! Now there's a big flood. I just spit on you.
I know. Wipe it off.
No, it went on your chair.
Wipe it off.
It was on your chair. Look, there it is. There was a big flood.
I'm so used to being wet now, it doesn't really matter.
Well, what
at all.
happened? There's a flood and then you get
There
attacked
you go.
by jet skiers?
Look, let me just clarify this.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, it looks good.
It's a heist movie in a flood. And
Okay.
it's all about, it's a thriller. It's not necessarily just an action movie. There's definitely like a big old story going on in there as well. And
Right.
it's, your spine is pressed very firmly against the back of your chair.
Right.
And that's a good thing, right?
Sure.
I mean,
Listen, it was you laughing at the clip. Don't blame me.
no, because
You
I'm looking
started
at myself going, I went through this. I did this for 5 months. I looked like a drowned rat, I wanted to be Jacqueline Bisset in The Deep. And I
Deep.
look like the creature from The Deep. That's not what I wanted to do. And that's how it turned out.
You don't look bad, let me tell you. Even soaking wet, you look pretty good. You do. That movie is opening when?
That movie opens on the 16th of January.
Yeah, and it's you and Christian Slater and who else is in it?
And Morgan Freeman.
Who I love.
Oh, who doesn't? He's the very best. And Randy Quaid.
I like Randy as well.
He's
Do you know
very
that I
good.
met Morgan Freeman in an elevator once?
Did you?
Yeah.
What happened?
Nothing, I said hi. And that was it. I was, I think I had my son. I was like, oh,
You should have just leant on the emergency button like,
yeah, that would have been good. But I'm always a dork when I meet people who are famous who I haven't met. I'm a little bit of a dork.
but how do you mean? You do this show?
Yeah, but you know what's really weird, Minnie? I'll do the show with you and I'll just be like, oh, hi.
If you met me in an elevator, you wouldn't speak to me?
No, I met Victoria Principal on an airplane. And I thought to myself, I was listening to the friends, and I go, look, oh my God, it's Victoria Principal. And my friends went, what are you, an idiot? She's been on your show. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's like, this isn't real life. Out there in an elevator, it's real life. You know what I mean?
I get it.
But he's never been on my program, Morgan Freeman.
You should ask him.
I have asked him.
Oh dear, sorry.
That's all right. He's busy. Now, Minnie, you living here now in the US of A?
I am living in the USA. It's, it's a long way from my family.
Yeah, it must
You
be
know.
tough. Where are you living out in LA?
Out in LA, and my sister's living with my sister Kate is living with me now, which is great. And my mom came to visit for when Good Will Hunting premiered. She came and, she was pretty overwhelmed by the whole, like the makeup, the hair, the clothes, and I think she maybe thinks that that's, I wake up in the morning and there's somebody, waiting outside my shower to take my picture.
Doesn't happen that way.
No.
Thankfully.
Yeah, thank God.
Do you know that my favorite aunt, who actually died when I was about, I guess, 18, was a Minnie, Aunt Minnie.
No way.
Yeah, my favorite aunt. She was Hawaiian.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Oh.
I feel sort of fond of you on that level. Minnie Trifer, you come back again, would you?
I will.
The movie Good Will Hunting is out now. Hard Rain opens on, what? Oh, yeah, she's going to stay out? Oh, yeah, because you know what? You met our little friend Paulie.
I met Paul and I fell in love.
Is he the
instantly.
cutest?
You have no idea about this kid.
He is. And you guys were singing, so you want to hang out with
Well,
us?
I kind of would like to.
Well, then hang out with us.
Thank you.
All right, stay. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We're pretty on this. Still ahead, talented young actress Natalie Portman.